Hey, this is Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials and the Green Engineers, and welcome back to the Water Jet Cutter series. So we are going to double check through everything and make sure everything looks good. And then probably what I'm going to do is send this stuff out for basic concept quoting and get kind of some feedback on that and what type of prices I'm looking at. I was not able to place an order yet on the line, the water jet line, because Tim was been out of the office, so he's going to be in tomorrow. So I'm going to place that order then tomorrow. So then we're going to have that timer counting down, and then I'm probably going to be doing other projects here until that comes, so that way I can check everything with calipers and pitch gauges and verify everything and lengths and model it physically and know exactly how everything's going to fit together. But in the meantime, I want to get this all put together. So have a big assembly with all this stuff and maybe even model the pump and also order the X5SA frame that we're going to use just a gerbil controller on to run 2D XY coordinates. Yeah, so we got a couple things that we need to do. So we need to get that hose ordered, so that comes in as soon as it can. And yeah. Also, what did I say that hose was? Like 10 inches? Oh no, it was 10 feet. He said it was 10 feet was minimum. I was like, 10 inches? Is that right? I think it's 10 feet. Yeah, that might be a little big. Anyways, let's see. Alright, so let's double check through this and make sure everything is good. So I believe this is what we were doing last time. So this is basically going to go onto that orifice, seal up on that orifice, and now you have a 90, comes out to the side, all one piece. All one piece out of stainless that is like maybe 1 3/4 inches tall, right? By 1.5 inches by an inch. So an inch long piece by 1.5 inches, and then just cut off a piece, a bar, and then make that piece. One of these pieces, we got the 9/16, and then I have to come up with an overall bomb, 9/16 with collar assembly here with, you can see here. So what I know I need on this one is I need a collar. Well, basically this threads, okay, so this is the, so what did I thread this with? Oh, it's not 7/16. So what I want this to be threaded with is 1/4 20. Reason being is that we want to do a collar so we could get this facing the right direction. So let's do the exact same thing. Okay, so I think it's this guy here. Not that guy. So you remember that we had some various issues with this. That's fine. Okay, so turn off analysis. Let's look at this. Quarter 20 left hand. But what that means is that now we're gonna have to put the 7/16 on the outside, and 7/16, it's not quite 1/2 inch. So maybe we could up this size. Let's look at some of these guys here. So let's go ahead and create. So there's the M14. So now we're gonna create, copy, paste another one, and we're gonna call this 7/16 fitting. 7/16 fitting. Okay, let's open that up. Oh, 7/16, 7/8. rename 7/8 fitting. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we want this to actually be not 9/16 but 7/8. So 7/8 is 780 something, 84 or something. 875. Yeah. It's too big, it looks like. So definitely a lot bigger. It's definitely a lot bigger, so we could bump up this size because I'm worried about this thing cracking off. So let's bump up this size to 3/8. Let's bump it up to 3/8 and see how that goes. So let's bump this up to 3/8. And see how that goes. So let's go here. Yeah. 3/8/16. Okay, cool. And then here's the fitting. So now basically what we need to do is collar 9/16. Copy, paste, and then we're going to call this one collar, rename collar 3/8. Well, basically this is the collar for 7/8. So this is collar for all 9/16 fittings, and then this is a collar for the 7/8 fittings, which is only one. So come here, Tiger. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So let's look at this guy. So 7/8 fitting. So how did I do this? So obviously 325 is too small now. So I'm thinking maybe 1/2 inch. Oh, 1/2 inch too big. Wait a second. Oh, is this because this is not right? What? This is supposed to be 7/8. 7/8 is this one. Oh, is it 7/8? 18? Seven eighths 18, yep. That is a big boy. Okay, so now this is gonna have to be bigger. Okay, and obviously I'm gonna check all this stuff for wrenches and whatnot. Through here now, the center hole, is going to be 3/8. So say 0.4, like so. Obviously, you can see we have plenty of meat there. So, what I'm thinking is that we make that piece stronger, because that's basically what we're slamming into the orifice. And that's where a lot of the pressure is. The pressure is not going to be on this thing. The pressure is going to be on that tube. So we want a nice thick wall tube. So, we could bump this up. Like 0.65 or something. Yeah, I'm liking that. So 0.65, and let's bump this up 1/2 inch. When I say 0.65, so are we? I think we're gonna need more than a 60 thou shoulder on that. So let's do. A 50 thou shoulder, so 25 per side. We're gonna need more than that. So let's say 0.55. Well, that's a 50 thou shoulder basically. Okay, so 0.55, so now this could be a 1/2 inch. This one, where is it? This one. It's nice and strong. Nice and strong, big guy. And then threaded. This is going to be 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. 13 or something. And so it looks like 1/2 inch 13 is standard. Coarse, left-handed. Bam, look at that boy now. Okay, so now that I'm thinking, and we can look again at this orifice. And this orifice has a 0.43 diameter, so I think we are in good shape. Now, basically what this needs to do is this can't hit the shoulder. Oops, not that. Tiger, what do you want? So, we need to look at the cutting head mock-up. So you see here that it basically has to fit in here. So it's a 0.65, so we'll fit in there. And also another thing that we could do is that piece could be basically, well, 1/2 inch we're already bigger, so there's no real point of making it any bigger than that. So I'm liking this one here. This one. So let's look at the analysis here. Okay, cut looks good. So I'm thinking that that looks good. Obviously down here we need to round it. I'll look into that later before we get it quoted, which will probably be sometime next week. So other than that, that looks pretty good here. Nice and big here, nice and big here, 9/16. This is 1/2 inch, so they're pretty much close to the same size. So let's go ahead and save that. I like that, so that's good. 9/16 fitting. We get that one. Okay. So now we need a collar. 0.65 diameter. And then this is 1/2 inch collar. Okay, and then so what we're going to do, we're going to put this thing all in assembly so everything looks good. So all of this stuff's going to go in assembly and be checked before it's, sent to be manufactured. Because obviously this here is, I can't tell how tall this is and how much it's scaling here. This is only 0.325. So let's do this. So let's do new. Let's go in layout here. I'm gonna call this complete. I'm gonna call this pump. Complete waterside assembly. Tiger, let me get you. Go out here a second. Let Tiger go out and go to the bathroom and stuff. Okay. So this complete waterside assembly. So this is where we're gonna assemble everything from the pump all the way to the cutting head. But we'll start with the cutting head first. So let's go here. Let's do cutting head mock-up. Cutting head mock-up. And here I want this to be modeled threads. Okay. And this is already rotated the wrong way, so let's go ahead and rotate this. .90 Then we want to do our swivel, or 90. Short capture, doesn't matter. And we're gonna do that. Let's take a look at how she seats. That's basically how she's gonna seat. But that's not what we're gonna do for right now. Oops. We're gonna do so high pressure hose to 90 assembly. So there's the high pressure hose. This is gonna actually be like this. Then we're gonna have our 9/16 fitter with collar assembly. And put this over here. We're gonna joint it. Like so. You can see it's a little bit in there, but you could choke up on the collar. You adjust the collar and then you can choke it up and make sure it seats all the way. Okay, so that's basically what it looks like. And then we're gonna do another one that's 7/8 fitting with collar assembly. So here, 7/8 collar, collar 7/8. Yeah, this is small. Sure. And bam. Okay, so this, another thing I'm curious about, so let's just save that. That's good. Okay, let's close that. Let's save this. Okay, so where am I getting this from? I think I'm getting that from here, 0.625. Oh, well, no point in doing that. Then might as well have this collar. Oh, another thing, so that means here, this guy has to be 0.625 plus this, which I think is 1/4 inch something, right? Yeah, 1/4 inch. Where's my calipers? Oh, here they are. Might want to bump all this stuff up to 3/8, but we'll see. So I'm gonna say here, so it needs to go cutting head, it needs to go from here, or I guess here to here. .823 up, 0.825, 0.825. .825 plus 325. So 0.825 plus 0.325. And there we go. So now it should fit in there. So this could basically be all the way up. Well, this is going all the way down till it hits. So, I don't have any analysis on here. Section analysis. Okay, so now from here, delta y 0.125. Okay, so 0.125 down, 128. So it's gonna cantilever, or it could not cantilever, and we make this sleeve actually a little bit longer. And so that way we get at least 1.5 thread, because this is 0.325. 1.5 times ½ inch is so 3/4 of an inch. So, but we could go past that. And really what I can do is I can put that 0.125, so I give it as much meat here and as much meat here. So let's do that. Calc 1.5 times 0.5 is equal to 0.75. And there's that collar. Okay, now fitting. So we want the fitting to go 0.625 plus 1/8 of an inch. So this piece, where is it? That piece. So I'm going to say, 0.25. Okay, so 0.75 is the length. So from there, so 0.75 basically I need it from the top all the way down. So to get that guy really close, so let's say like 25 thousandths clearance or something. So we're not cantilevering too far, and it's nice and supported. So because right now it's 1/8 of an inch, right? It's like 1/8 of an inch difference, I think it was. Yeah, about 1/8 of an inch. I mean, really, that's fine too. 1/8 of an inch is a very, 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 very small cantilever, and that's enough room to give kind of some space. And also, it's not supported there, so it'll allow it to mushroom out a little bit to kind of contour with this guy if it's different. So what that means is that we want to give that clearance. So let's do 0.625. So 0.75, it's already bigger. It's actually right at pretty much there, not including that that 1/4 inch. But that doesn't give really a lot of material there. But we could bump this up. We could bump this up to this initial, where to go? This initial here. 0.95. Or even 1/2 inch, even a big guy. Okay, so 0.625, 0.7. So basically, from this piece here, the 0.325, it needs to be the 0.625, which is from here to the shoulder, minus 0.75. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Actually, let's delete that. Let's not do that. Okay. So now we go sketches. Sketches it. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so what that means is this is going to automatically start us from the 0.325. So basically we're going to extrude backwards into it So we're going to do negative, oh, this is positive, okay. So this is going to be 0.32, so this is going to be like, so 0.6, so 0.725 minus 0.625. Oh, but that's from the top though. And what is that? That's a very small number. We can make this head bigger. Make this head 1/2 inch. I'm cool with 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch for this big of thing. I think I'm cool with that. So let's just jump it up to 1/2 inch. Okay, so now it's a big guy. Okay, and let's draw a sketch. Let's project this inside piece. Okay, so now we could get rid of that sketch, and then now this is 0.625, so this is 0.75 minus 0.625. And this is negative, and then this is plus. Okay, so there you go. This is only 1/8 of an inch. Well, for right now, that'll be okay. Well, it looks like we're out of time already, man. Okay. Okay, so let's edit this joint. Edit joint. Oh, whatever. Something does not look right here. Yeah, it should only reset back. I think I'm doing my math wrong here. So let's finish this before I cut it here. So it's gonna be plus 0.5 or minus 0.5. No, that can't be right. I'm trying to figure out this math here. It's not working. It's not working. There should be a hole from here to here, 625 plus 1/8 of an inch down. So it's just 1/2 inch minus 1/8 of an inch. Oops. 0.5, negative 0.5, plus 0.125. There we go. So now what is this, like 3/8 or something? Yeah, 3/8. There you go. Cool. All right. Oh, obviously we don't want that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for sticking with me with this water jet cutting video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.